Woo, it's go time. Yeah, let the AI recruiting explosion begin. What's up, everybody? And here we go again. It's AI day. We just had one heavy hitter on, and now we're back to back with another one. Kim is in the house here. What's up?
Hey, what's up? Glad to be here.
All right. Are you ready to get deep dive into some AI recruiting?
Yes.
Okay, so first off, I got to ask you, Kim. So, working with Tony Robbins, can you give us a little insight on how that was? I mean, I got
Oh
to
my
know.
gosh. Life changing. You got to do it. I'm going to drag you to an event with me next year. One of these
How
times
is
we're in Florida together. Let's do it.
Oh, I want to do it. I told you I want to walk on the coals and everything. So, I mean, I see the events virtually because I join a lot of times and I study a lot of his stuff. How's an in-person event? How is it?
Oh my gosh. It's like so much energy. And he just goes and goes and goes. I mean, there are times where we're wrapping up and having dinner at like 5 a.m., depending on which event. I mean, obviously, he kind of eases you in. So if you're at like Unleash the Power Within, which is where a lot of people start, that's more normal. Sometimes finish at like 1, 2 a.m. But if you're like in his like Platinum Partners program, I mean, sometimes we even like Relationship Trip or Date with Destiny, if he starts an intervention with somebody and like he's getting the result or he's not stopping. And we've had, like I said, dinner at like 5 a.m. So
Woo, boy, I can't wait to go to one. I might just jump up on the stage. Security be pulling me down like, dude, Shark, what are you doing? Shirts off. It's 5 a.m. Let's do it.
you would.
Oh, so okay. So one thing that we got to talk about today, and backstage we talked about this for the last couple of weeks is AI recruiting. Can I say this one time, real Kim, and you can agree with this? Okay, AI is not going to take your job, recruiters, if you embrace it. Read my lips. Am I right?
Yeah, you got to embrace it. You got to embrace AI. The recruiters that, are going to make it through the next 3, 5, 10 years are the ones that are going to learn how to leverage and use AI to add more value and help their clients.
Exactly. So let's just deep dive into the automation. I mean, you're the guru, 20 plus years of doing all this stuff. So, I mean, I know so many people want to get that human touch back, but that automation's got to be there.
Yeah, you got to have automation going out, systems that talk to each other. And we do believe in, humans too, right? We
Oh, yeah.
let the technology automate as much as it can, and then humans got to get involved.
So how do we do the automation part? Let's break it down. Like, what do you actually do with your company?
Yeah. So how you do the automation part is massive outbound list generation, scrubbing lists, getting good data, making sure, the data is whether, it's intent data, which means that, these people are hiring, or if you're trying to reach recruiters or whatever you're trying to do, you want to have good data and then you want to automate at mass scale. So like, for the last few years, we've been sending out a couple 100,000 cold emails a month. That's how we pick up all of our clients. Um,
Oh,
and yeah, and then on the other side, you know this. I don't know if everybody watching knows this, but my background is we created the first product inside of a tech accelerator in Austin about 11 years ago that automated the sourcing part of recruiting. And so, I mean, just lessons learned along the way. A lot of success, but a lot of places that we failed as well. And so learning from those lessons and continuing to build. And right now, like throwing AI on top of all of that, it is changing every day. I mean, I can tell you, I'm on meetings like all day long. I'm trying to work like on the business. This is the Tony principle, right? Working on the business, not in the business. But right now with this AI stuff, it's changing every day so fast that we're constantly building team meetings, strategic partnerships, APIs,
mm.
things connect, webhooks, like all of this stuff, just to build a better product to be able to hand recruiters. This is going to work for you for an end-to-end solution versus them having to piece things together.
Well, I got to tell you, recruiters, and we talked about this too, they're in fear. Everybody's in fear of AI. You know that in our industry. I'm going to say this. Everybody's in fear. Stop being on defense, peeps, and be on offense here. So, and there's a lot coming at them. I mean, every day there's something different of AI. Everybody has their own opinion, their own technology, and they're saying this works, this works. And these recruiters, their heads are just spinning like this. So, can you break it down real quick? And something you said earlier, cold emails. Everybody that I know says, they work, maybe they don't work. Break it down, Kim, why they work.
Well, I mean, it's people don't answer their phones anymore. And I'm not saying they don't like never, but we all started doing this like 10, 20 years ago. I mean, when I first started recruiting, it was, I don't know, 20 plus years ago. We had a Rolodex. We
Oh, I
had,
remember that.
what was that called? Like the business, each city publishes a business journal list. You know what I mean? Of like the top 100 companies in accounting and finance, or the top 100 law firms, you know, like the biz journal.
Ours was Pittsburgh Business Journal. It was.
Okay.
And Pittsburgh Business Times came out once a week, like a magazine, like a newspaper. But every year you got the book of list or whatever. That's the
Yes,
books.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I started with that. And, you know, the internet was there, but, and we went on LinkedIn in like 2005. And we started building on there then. But yeah, you had to cold call to get customers. Well, then we started in 2017, we started doing cold email campaigns. And they just worked incredibly well to get right to the decision maker's inbox. You know, fast forward 8 years, now you've got to be, there's just so many ways to set it up. You don't ever want to use your primary domain. That's the main lesson.
Why not?
Because you'll burn it. And then your emails to your clients and candidates and all that will land in spam.
So you can burn an email.
Oh, yeah. You can burn your domain.
Ouch.
Yeah. So you've got to set up, what we do when we do these is we buy domains that are similar to our primary, but we never send cold email from our primary. So we buy these domains, we spin up multiple inboxes. You have to warm them up for a few weeks, for 2 to 4 weeks. You warm them up, you upload your data, you write compelling messages. You know, in the recruiting world, we know it's like, and I think you're the one that hates this term, but MPC, you know, most placeable candidate email. You call it something else.
MVC, most valuable. Valuable. I can't even talk right now. Yeah. Placeable. Come on. That's just like a person. Like, come on, valuable. That person's got a heart.
Yeah, like a MVP, right?
Yep, MV. Yeah, you got it. But yeah, so I got to ask you, so deep dive into this about the emails, like the ball clickers. I got to tell you, emojis, is there any way you can give some tips out there? Because I think a lot of people that I know, recruiters send out, hey, I got a job for you. And these are the 5 things. And it's so boring. It's all this wordy and nobody reads that shit anymore. Give me your take on this.
Yeah. Mass, volume, whether it's candidates or clients, scrubbing your data and keeping the messages short, sweet, and to the point. You know, there are certain email tools that you can use for this. And I mean, anybody inbox me, LinkedIn, Facebook, you know, email, Kim@linkedleads with 2es.com. And, you know, I can kind of give you some pointers, but, you know, those are just the tricks of the trade, not emojis. Don't drop links. You'll end up in spam like all day long.
Oh, really? So no emojis?
No.
Yeah, Sex Fifth Avenue does it all the time. I guess that's why I end up in my spam box then.
Probably.
Okay, so how many emails? Like, so I just want to jump on the cold emails for a while here. Is like, how many should you send out in a 1 day period? Because people out there, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people I know are just sending them out through their regular email, which is a no. We already know that. So how many can you send out mass at one time?
It depends on your tech stack. There are a number of products that do cold email. Some do it better than others. Whether you're using somebody else's server or you have your own created, you know, when we consult with a company, we kind of look at their tech stack and we recommend products to them based on their numbers. But the big no is you don't want to send it from your primary email. You want to use a product. Some people like Instantly or Smart Lead. You know, those are increasingly popular. In my experience, those products don't work super well these days. You know, custom solutions tend to work better, but that's a starting point. If you set up, you know, any of that, some people try like getting a mail server and then connecting it on the back end. We haven't found that to really increase. Maybe others have, but we tried that. We've invested in so many different things. So
I can imagine.
Yeah. Just to try to get the thing to work, you know, a couple of years ago, it worked incredibly well. You could even send a little bit from your primary domain. But these days, like that's a big no. And so it's, you know, figuring out what tech stack's going to work for you, making sure your data is good, keeping the messaging short, sweet, to the point, asking a question, like if you're MPCing or MVCing a candidate, a little blurb, and then asking a question. Maybe you can include a little bit about your services and who you are and what you do. And then from there, we believe in just, you know, taking the conversation off of email. Same thing with LinkedIn that we do. Take the convo off of LinkedIn, be a human, talk to the person, and then build a relationship from there.
I love that. So one thing that we got to deep dive into is automation follow-up. The biggest thing I got to tell you, Kim, in the industry is nobody follows up. You know that. It's like, you know, they get to the point with that and there's like they ghost or a client or a candidate. break it down for automation follow-up, why it's so effective.
Yeah. So with anything that you're doing, LinkedIn outbound, cold email, anything like that, that's what I love about technology, because you can just build in those follow-ups where if somebody doesn't respond every 3 to 5 days, they're getting a follow-up. And then from there, the way we do it on our team is then that list goes to a setter, like a live human. And we've played around with replacing the human with AI. I don't know that we're really there yet. We're testing out some new stuff. We're building some new stuff. We may be there by next year. It still sounds a little bottish to me, but so we have setters on our team, and then they call and warm them up. But yeah, like ghosting is like at an all-time high. I had two attorneys, because I also have a legal recruiting desk that I'm running, where we have contracts with law firms. We support mostly partner hiring, but two of our partners asked us for associates, and I had 2 of them in Texas last week, both 2 to 3 years out of law school. Interview process, set up, they were interested, set them up, completely ghosted me. Client wants to meet with them, gone. I'm like, what is happening?
Where do they go? I mean, come on.
They just disappeared on me, like completely in the process.
Well, it goes both ways, though, because I see a lot of candidates that call me have been ghosted by, I'm not going to mention it, but recruiters I know. So it's 50-50. So recruiters are ghosting everybody too, which with this automation, there should be never a ghost. There should be some kind of response. I got friends, Kim, that applied for 300 jobs in a year in recruiting and never even get responses back from somebody. Oh. I mean, with automation, you should get at least something, right?
Yeah, that's another problem in the industry, right? Is you've got all these job ads on job boards, you're running ads, you're getting thousands. I mean, we have recruiter ads out there because in our search group solutions company, we are giving recruiters a home and backing them with all these AI tools and all of that and helping them win going forward. And so I've got in a given month, I get over 2,000 recruiters in my inbox that want to work here. So.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, crazy.
Come and sign up with Kim. We got 2,000. It'll be 3,000 after the show.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys can hit me up inbox. We are always adding to our team. We give our recruiters our automated systems, AI, backing them by technology and helping them win.
I love that. Okay. So the big one I want to talk about is LinkedIn. Everybody's trying to recruit on LinkedIn. Give me some pros and cons of LinkedIn. How do you recruit? Because I got to tell you, I send people, they'll send me in a DM box. Hey, Shark, how you doing? And I do media marketing, and they do the same thing. And then they get a link that says, click a link, let's have a demo. I mean, that clickbait stuff is no good anymore.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that. Like, we've always believed in, being kind of the creators in the LinkedIn automation, sourcing, recruiting space. We've always preached about keep the messaging short, sweet, to the point, be a human, take the convo, get a phone number. Don't just spam calendar links either. That's another whole thing. Like, you want them to ask for it, or you want to ask for a phone number. So how we convert from a LinkedIn inbox, when somebody responds, it's, if it's a candidate, great, love to tell you more about the opportunity. What's the best phone number for me to reach you on, right? And then a human gets involved and calls them. Or another solution that we do is, love to tell you more. How about I shoot you over a link to my calendar so you can find a time that works for both of us? Either of those are human. We're not spamming links out. Because 9 times out of 10, if you just drop a calendar link, they're not going to book anyway. And then you're going to forget to follow up with them, or they're going to fall off or whatever. And it just looks spammy. So I always preach about not spamming calendar links. You want to be a human, and you either want to get them to a call or ask them if you could send the link over, and then you drop it from there.
There you go. Drop it like that. Drop it like you're hot. Boom. Just like that.
Yeah.
So I gotta seriously, I want to talk about more about the AI recruiting, like, the marketing part of it too. You know what I mean? There's so much that goes into being a recruiter, but nobody knows, Kim, that, you're a marketing person 24/7. You're a walking billboard. How do these recruiters get attention out there? How do they get their name out there?
Well, I mean, they should work with you.
That's right. But no, I'm not endorsing myself today. That's a good one, right?
Content, being a human, getting in front of your ideal audience, figuring out where they are online, in person, all of the things. And then figuring out what their pain points are and speaking to those pain points is really important.
I love that. So do you prefer email or text, or 50-50? Because a lot of people don't. I keep saying texting's the way to go now. I'm going to tell you. I call my mom. She never answers the phone. I text her. She's ready back in 2 seconds, and she's 80 years old. So That tells you an 18-year-old or 28-year-old is not going to respond sometimes to a phone call. You got to text them.
Yeah. Texting, if you've got opt-ins and you want to text at mass, then that's good if you're building your list and they're opting in. Outside of that, I mean, we do a lot of texting, in the recruiting process to coordinate things. And I think that's okay.
There you go. Right. So what's going on Black Friday? I think there's some specials coming up here that you're going to offer.
So we launched we've got a couple things coming up. One is we've launched we're relaunching our AI recruiting mastermind. So that's coming up in January.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Shark might be involved in that too. A couple of us are going to be,
You got it. Staffing TV and a Shark and somebody else. We won't mention their name right now, but yes, I love that. And Kim, I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit and you can feed off it. I think this mastermind is something the staffing and recruiting industry needs. This is going to be one of them where it's not going to be like we just set up a round table and we just say. It's going to be interactive. You're going to learn. You're going to get something away from it, because if not, I didn't do my job. And I'm going to think, damn, Shark, you suck. So seriously, as people know, I'm raw and real. Kim, you're raw and real too. And that's what we're going to bring to the mastermind.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll be talking about that more over the next, 6 weeks. We're launching that in January. And we're really with the goal of just adding massive value, everything that recruiters need, whether it's PR, marketing, outbound email systems, inbound recruiting AI systems, all of the AI stuff, everything that recruiters need, we're packaging in this mastermind. So we'll be talking more about that. But on Black Friday, I am launching my AI recruiting certification. So if you're a recruiter and you want to learn all of this AI stuff, we're actually going to certify you in our methods. I have another company that is a online school. And so we've got a financing partner. We're probably, we're pulling in probably for our online school like 30-ish leads a day right now. And so
Nice.
the model in the online school is to take people that, they want to retool themselves. They want to go to school online. They're looking for a different career. And through, partners and programs and stuff like that, we're able to enroll them in classes. Typically, they take 60 to 90 days for them to finish. They can do it alongside of if they're working or if they're not working. And then we do their resume for them. And then we help them land in a career. And that's everything from like HVAC to plumbing techs to dental assistants to paralegals, online AI, all the things. So yeah, so through that we're able to do an AI recruiter certification. Within 6 to 8 weeks, you'll be through all of our programs, all of our methods, and you will be able to put on your resume that you are a certified AI recruiter through our organization, and it'll help you be more marketable.
I love that, seriously, because, so many people in recruiting, you ask them what they have on AI and have nothing. It's like, they have no clue. They're like, well, I did. And I gotta tell you this, Kim, here we go. 20 years experience. And they come in, I say, I hate that. 18 of that's obsolete, peeps. Am I right? It's like, seriously, if you have 20 years in staffing or recruiting, that's great. You had the Rolodex back in the day, but that's just not the real world now. Everybody has to learn AI. And I think almost every day, plus your certification now is going to give them the footwork that they can put that on their resume. Because I'm going to tell you what, these employers now, Kim, they're looking for something with AI. It's just not even staffing and recruiting. It's every industry is looking for somebody that can do that.
Right. So here's what we're teaching the recruiters. Instead of being replaced by AI, use AI or leverage to add more value, whether you want to be on the agency side and you want to be able to, add more value to your customers, which is the hiring managers inside of organizations, or whether you want to be internal talent acquisition, HR recruiting, and you want to be able to add, value to that internal client. So either one, it works for both.
You got it. Okay, for 26 is coming up. God, it's only 6 weeks away, 8 weeks away. Damn. We rocking it out with Dick Clark, right? Ryan Seacrest, New Year's. Dropping the ball in New York. By the way, don't ever go to New York. I've been there one time for New Year's. It doesn't work. You don't go to the bathroom at all. When you're there for 15 hours without going in the bathroom. And you can't bring alcohol in there either. So dropping the ball is not a fun time. It's miserable for me. I'm like, hell with this shit. So it's a one-shot deal. Right. Too many people, and it's like, yeah, so I can't even bring alcohol in, nothing. You just sit there and just stare at each other while they play music. I'm like, this is not fun.
I never did New York on New Year's, but I did DC on New Year's, and that was pretty crazy.
Was it pretty crazy too?
Yeah, lots of people everywhere, lost the car got towed. I mean, I was young, I was in college, the whole thing. It was insane.
You know what, when you get older, I'd just rather just chill at my place with some friends, have champagne at midnight, and then pass out by 1 o'clock,
I know sometimes I don't even make it. You get all dressed up and you're like, that was a lot of work. I don't feel like going anywhere.
No, you know what I say? All joking aside, on New Year's, I say if you sleep through New Year's, it might be a bad year. It's kind of weird. I kind of weirded out by that, little superstitious. I'm like, I got to be up and see the ball drop. If not, I'm thinking, oh, this year's going to suck. Okay, so before we wrap things up here, recruiters, I mean, they're all twisting and turning here, trying to wrap up the year. In 26, if you have a crystal ball, is there a little bit of footwork or framework you can tell people for recruiters besides the certification to maybe prepare themselves for 26?
Yeah, definitely look at the certification. I think follow what Shark's doing, look at getting into our mastermind. And then, I would look at where you can automate in your business, where you can automate to bring clients in, where you can automate to automate your searching for candidates, and just learning AI, anything and everything you could get your hands on. I know it's changing fast, but following leaders and even thought leaders in the space, Shark hates that word.
Did you just say that? Time out. Thought. Okay, so before we get off here, we got to say this. Thought leaders, it's a thought. What is a thought? It's like a cloud. It goes away. Stop using thought leaders, my peeps, in the staffing industry. I'm going to blow this up right now. Thought leaders. And then expert. I'm an expert. I'm a speaker. You know what? I got to tell you straight up. There's one word. I'm going to give you the tip right now. Can I say it, Kim? Execution. I execute. That's all that matters. I'm not an expert. I'm not a thought leader, but I execute. You know what that means? I get results. And that's all that matters.
Seeing results.
Yeah, well, nobody says that. I mean, thought leader. Oh, let's just stop that word. Can we put that away for 25 and never bring it back out?
So we're going to call ourselves executors.
Oh, I love that name, though. Executors.
Yeah.
We could be like superheroes with that, right? The executors have big E's on our chest and stuff like that with capes.
Yeah. So we're going to help you execute. We want to help you dominate in 2026, get clients, fill more roles, and really learn everything AI.
And yeah, and I got to tell you, teaming up with Kim and our mysterious person we won't talk about yet, wink, wink, almost slipped out of the bag with my tongue, but it's not. But all joking aside, we're here to help you grow and make you shine. That's my whole goal with like Staffing TV, the acceleration program, the certifications, and the mastermind, everything else. We joke about it, but at the end of the day, we want to uplift everybody and make everybody shine in recruiting. So, Kim, that's why we're having all these programs. It's not about us just saying, us. It's about them growing so they all can take off and be superheroes too, the executors.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll be at some events together in 2026. So we'll be talking about that as we, set all of that up. So definitely come find us.
Come find us. You'll see us somewhere. Kim, where can everybody reach at? Every platform?
Yeah, every platform. AI Recruiting Secrets, Kimberly Burgess. My email, kim@linkedleads2es.com.
There it is right there. So guys, reach out to myself, Kim, or the mysterious person we won't talk about yet. I got to say that again, people's curious, right? They're like, who the hell is this person we're going to bring on? We can't say a word. Oh, it's a question mark. Could be a male, could be a female. We don't know yet. Right, Kim?
Yeah, we're not telling yet. Maybe
come on, Kim. Let's get fired up. Before we get off here, get fired up. Can I get you fired up more? Come on.
Yeah. 2026. Get ready to dominate. It's going to be a great year.
You got it. The year of the executors. Get ready. We're coming your way. Sign up for the certification. Reach out to me. There's so much good stuff going with the mastermind too. But hey, Kim, thank you so much for coming on the show here and giving us some insights. Kim's going to be on our show a lot more in 26. So get ready.
Yeah.
She's ready to rock and roll.
It'll be fun.
That's it. That's a wrap this time. Remember, love AI and embrace it. Take care, my peeps.